Iowa Democrats have now officially made the first formal step to let the nation know that they intend for their caucuses to remain first in the nation in 2024. The caucuses have faced even more criticism after a phone app failed to report the 2020 results as quickly as anticipated. Uncertainty about which candidate won dragged on for days, and ultimately the party chairman, Troy Price, here in Iowa resigned because of those problems. Let's bring in our political director, Dave Price, who was there that night with us as we soaked all of this in and tried to decipher what was going on. Eventually they did get it sorted out, Dave. The ramifications, though, have not ended.
Yeah, for sure. And this is kind of the next step the party hopes. It's called officially their letter of intent here, and it's really sort of a, here's what we're going to do now, but the big thing's coming later. But they sent this to the Democratic National Committee. So these are the Democratic activists and the leaders nationwide here. And it is these DNC members Iowa Democrats now need to convince to keep the caucuses first in the nation when you're looking ahead to 2024. Now, here is part of what this letter sent out today from the party chair says. It says, in part, quote, "It is easy to travel across Iowa, and our media markets are relatively inexpensive. Iowa offers something else invaluable to the nominating process, a distributed population of urban, suburban, and rural Americans that is unique among the current pre-window states," end quote. So this is a way of saying there are a lot of states interested in this, but when you look at the whole package, Iowa has what the party really needs. Party chair told me that the sales pitch to the DNC is that Iowa will provide the backdrop for the party's challenge ahead.
Democrats can't figure out how to talk to rural voters, then we're in big trouble as a party. It's no secret that the party's been losing seats across the country because of a weakened appeal to rural working class Americans. And to maintain the White House and make gains in Congress, we can't afford to ignore this group of Americans and Iowans. And if we win Iowa, we win across the country.
So that sales pitch, though, is where Iowa Democrats, as we know, have had major problems recently. Yes, Democrats need to find a way to better connect with people in smaller communities. They know that. However, Iowa Democrats have failed to do that recently, and it's a major reason why they have lost so many seats in the state legislature. So they are pitching themselves as having the geographic makeup for what Democrats need to figure out nationally in terms of winning over the rural areas, but they themselves have not figured out how to do that in this state yet. So that is a challenge before them for sure.
But Wilburn is suggesting they are. They're going to figure out how to crack this. There are changes coming.
Yeah, and this is this letter here, so this is not really a lot of specifics. This is sort of the, I don't know, an IOU, sort of a tease of what's coming on. I don't know what better way to say it. They're going to do a lot of meetings from now until June. So they will put the formal ideas together here, but they are foreshadowing that the caucuses will be different. Now, to be clear, they still want to go first. They want Iowa to go on its own, so they don't want to team up with somebody else here. And they still want caucuses, and frankly, the state law requires caucuses right now, and they're supposed to go before a lot of the others if you start looking at this. But the way they work will be different next time around, what they're saying right now. There are a lot of things they can look at here, but they have these funky, complicated rules about you have to have 15% support.
It's what we're seeing
at your precinct.
On the screen right now, that horse trading that goes on, and people persuading, people shifting masses of people in a room.
And if you're into this, super cool, super interesting, super unique. People come from other states just to watch it. You have relatives that come in and want to see it. But it can be intimidating to people. You have to stand up in front of your neighbors and out yourself, to say who you're going to support, all those kind of things. And there's also the problem of you have to be there 7 o'clock on a Tuesday night. That can be tough for people to do if they work. They have childcare issues, mobility issues. A lot of things they're talking about. So they're not specifically saying what they're going to change yet, but they are saying they are going to change.
Now, we want to know what you think about this. Go to WHO13.com and vote in this poll. Go to WHO13.com/vote, and that's where this is going to pop up. You're going to see, do you think Iowa should stay first in the nation? Your options are no. Well, is it time to change away from first in the nation? No, Iowans are engaged. Yes, we should stay first because You know what? I'm so confused, Dave. Is it time for Iowa to lose our first in the nation status? No, Iowans are engaged. Yes, it's time to lose our first status because we're not diverse enough, or because the caucuses are too complex, like this poll, or because they just don't plan to participate. So those are your options. I'm sure our website explains it a lot better than I do. And by the way, you also have the option to just click this QR code up in the corner of the screen on your phone, and it'll take you right to the poll there. You can participate. We do want to hear from you.
It is a complicated process, though.
Not as complicated as caucusing sometimes. I don't know. Hey, thanks for being with us. We're gonna be right back with Ed's full forecast.